Hey, what's going on guys? Arekkz here. Welcome back to another video for Godfall, and today we have an information blowout. This weekend Gearbox had their PAX presentation online, and of course during that spoke about various different games, but amidst that they also spoke about Godfall, and in that they dropped not one, not two, but three different videos. Well, technically speaking two, because the other one they dropped just before PAX, they of course teased the brand new Valorplate, Aegishorn, which we'll speak about in just a moment, but amidst that they also showed the new combat video, which is admittedly kind of a blend of cinematic slash gameplay, but we do get to see, rather excitingly, a new area, the Water Realm. We also get to see one of the bosses they'll fight, and of course we get to see Aegishorn and some more of Typhon in action, albeit, slightly more quickly. This is less of a gameplay deep dive and more of just a, gameplay quick combat video, but either way, looks fantastic. And following on from that, we also got some information on the pre-order bonuses for the game. Again, as a very quick reminder, Godfall will not have any microtransactions. It is also not a game as a service, it's shipping as a premium product, just a complete product. So obviously, you have that when you launch, but the pre-order bonus does of course hint at the fact that there will also be a expansion at some point. So basically, in this video, in case you guys missed the PAX presentation, I want to round up everything we currently have. So if you guys do enjoy this, then a like would be super appreciated. If you're excited for Godfall, as always, make sure you stick around, turn on those notifications, stay subscribed, because it's a game that I'm looking forward to, and I'll be covering it a lot. Plus, we also have something pretty exciting coming your way in the not too distant future. Anyway, that to one side, let's start off with Aegishorn. They call it Aegishorn in the video, but pronunciation, I'm from the UK, I'm going to call it Aegishorn. Basically, it's this really cool, almost like nautical sea monster themed Valorplate slash alien, however you want to see it. It's got these kind of two sort of flowing tentacles at the back of it. It's got this crazy rhino horn, these sort of bone shoulders on it. It just looks incredible. I mean, I've said this before, I swear, every single time they reveal a new Valorplate, it just gets even more crazy. So I'm loving these designs. I love the over-the-top designs, and there's definitely one that I cannot wait to find out more about its abilities. Of course, keep in mind right now this was just the cinematic trailer reveal for it, so we don't have any information on its abilities, anything like that, but we do get a few clips of it in the combat trailer, so you can of course see them in the background. It is wielding the Warhammer, which by the way is, obviously when the game comes out, I'm going to test all the weapons, but I love wielding giant hammers, and I think from the gameplay I've seen, I'm going to go giant hammer, like Warhammer, in this game, just because I like the idea of being able to wield a giant hammer for massive damage, but still whip out the shield. Like, that's just going to be badass. Anyway, that aside, that is the brand new Valorplate they revealed. So we've now seen, outside of Aegishorn, another 7 Valorplates. That brings the total up to 8. We, of course, have seen an extra 2 potentially inside the Sanctum. So we're getting very close to having visibly seen most of the Valorplates, but of course there's still many questions. We haven't seen a lot of them in action. We don't know half their abilities. In fact, we know basically none of their abilities. There's a lot of things we have still to find out, but either way, we are getting closer to getting a visual picture of what the Valorplates are going to look like. Anyway, following on from there, we then jump over to a combat trailer. Again, this isn't really a combat deep dive like they did before where they spoke about the moves. This was more so like a showy cinematic one, which still looks really cool. The nice thing about this one is the visuals look incredible. I mean, they've obviously kind of had a step up from the last time they showed it. This one is looking very vibrant. It's also in a nice new area. We've seen a lot of stuff up until this point in typically the same couple of areas, that sort of, castle-y, gothic-looking area, maybe a little bit in the sort of sandy dune area, and then largely speaking in the kind of foresty, green-looking area. This is the Water Realm. So, Keith Lee mentioned in his kind of speech afterwards that we get to see the final boss of the Water Realm called Lunara, and of course, in doing so, he also checked this as kind of the Water Realm. So I imagine that's kind of how we're going to be exploring this area. I imagine there's kind of different biomed realms, so to speak, like forest realm, desert realm, water realm, that kind of thing. I'm hoping if that's the case, there is a snow realm, because I love snowy areas in these games. Anyway, that aside, very nice looking gameplay, and of course in this we get to see Silvermane, Typhon and Aegishorn going ham on the enemies. Aegishorn again, as mentioned, wielding that giant warhammer, Silvermane largely speaking wielding the longsword, and Typhon wielding the spear, which looks really cool. Of course they emphasise in this point that you can attack weak points, which it's hardly a brand new mechanic, but the way that the weak point system works in this one, the fact that you've got the spear and you kind of just dash it towards like this central mass in this enemy, looks like you can kind of do some big critical damage on there, so that's obviously going to be a kind of key component to the way the game plays. And of course, outside of that, it's just a chance to sort of see how different some of these areas look, because I appreciate one of the comments from a lot of the stuff up until this point has been that a lot of the fights tend to sort of take place in these rooms or these corridors, and while we do still see that prevalent in this trailer, we are at least seeing some different settings. So again, I I like what I see. And of course, at the end of that, it then goes on to speak about the pre-order bonuses. So, as is often the case, when games come out, they have various different versions, various different bonuses. It can get kind of confusing, so let me try and break it down for you. To begin with, there are 3 versions of Godfall. Whether you pre-order it on the Epic Game Store or on PS5, you have the Standard Edition, the Deluxe Edition, and the Ascended Edition. Again, as a reminder, this game will not feature microtransactions. They have said that on record, and it will be shipping as a kind of complete product, not as a game as a service. But interestingly, when you look at the Deluxe Edition PS5 pre-order page, it does say it includes base game and expansion 1. Expansion expected in 2021. So that does, of course, at least confirm there will be at least one expansion to Godfall, which would be cool. Quite what that will entail, I don't know. I would imagine maybe they would add more Valorplates, more areas, more story, that kind of thing, but that much is up in the air. However, if we jump back to these editions, Standard Edition is just the base game. However, keep in mind, if you pre-order the game on any platform, you will get the following items. You get a few starter pack items, a set of early augments, amulet, trinket, and ring, basically just a few things to kind of get you started. You get chrome skins for 3 of the Valorplates, Silvermane, Phoenix, and Greyhawk. Rather interestingly, they have now name-checked the other 2 ones, which up until this point, we didn't actually know the names for them. So Phoenix is, of course, the Phoenix-looking one. Greyhawk is the Hawk-looking one. Plus, you also get a skin for Typhon. Now, if you pre-order on PS5, you get the red Typhon skin. Meanwhile, if you pre-order on the Epic Game Store, you get the yellow Typhon skin, which is rather convenient because I want to play this on PS5 and red is my favourite colour. Plus, on top of that, if you pre-order, you also get ZER0's sword, and they dropped this fun little sort of trailer, so if you guys haven't seen this, then this is the way they revealed ZER0's sword being an item in the game.
Look, everybody! It's ZER0's sword! Man, that's hard to say. ZER0's sword. ZER0's sword. We should, think of a better name before we record this for real. What? We're rolling? Yeah, crap! It's super called ZER0's sword. Pre-order Godfall to get it in-game.
Also worth noting, a lot of people often say that, when you get pre-order items, they tend to be alright early game, not that great late game. Remember when I did the interview a little while back, they spoke about how you can upgrade most weapons and take them with you, so I'm guessing, we don't know this for certain, but I'm guessing that if you do like ZER0's sword, you can probably upgrade it throughout the game to bring it with you so you can actually make it viable. So those are the pre-order bonuses. However, if you get the Deluxe Edition, again, as mentioned, you get the base game, the expansion, and the pre-order stuff. However, if you get the Ascended Edition, which is the maximum tier 1, you get the base game, expansion 1, and you then get everything that you see on this screen, which is gold Valorplate skins, again for Silvermane, Phoenix, and Greyhawk. You get a red Vertigo Valorplate skin, you get a gold weapon pack, gold shield, gold royal banner, and the Zodiac Knight lobby title. It is worth noting that on the PS5 page they reference the orange Vertigo skin, so whether that's a typo or whether they mean that on the Epic Game Store you get it in red, or on the PlayStation version you get it in orange, either way, this is what you get for the different pre-order editions. So basically, a bunch of gold weapons, a bunch of gold skins, things like that. So, obviously if you're not sure, you don't necessarily want to get all that stuff, that's completely fine. But for those of you guys that do want to invest, I definitely want all those skins, so I'm going to be grabbing the Ascended Edition. Anyway, that aside, that is a quick rundown on all the Godfall information you might have missed this weekend. That's our kind of big old information blowout. Hopefully you guys found it useful. Hopefully it's kind of caught you guys up. And as always, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I know some of you guys right now are still on the fence. You kind of want to sort of see more. Completely get that. I've still got loads of questions, things that I want to find out, things that I want to ask the development team. So, if you're uncertain right now, just stick around because I'll continue dropping some videos and hopefully along the way you can find out whether this game is for you or not. Anyway, that aside, that's it for the time being. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and be sure to keep it locked for plenty more. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed that video. Don't forget, if you haven't already done so, you can join the Arekkz Gaming Discord. We've got an awesome community over there with so many different channels for you to chat loads of different topics and different games. I'm in there, the team's in there. If you guys want to chat with us, find people to play with, it's just in general a great place to be. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to turn on those notifications so you don't miss any of our future uploads.